Hey, what's up, rock stars? It's Rox, and I am coming to you today with the review for Insecure Season 4, Episode 1, you guys. So, I had mixed feelings about the show coming back. You know, obviously, I wanted the show to come back. However, I was not really sure if Issa, I almost feel like Issa is kind of over the show, but she keeps the show going because the fans kind of won't let her let the show go. But this year off that she had, I was like, I really hope that the year off that she had will give her a little bit more of the passion that she seemed to have at the beginning of the, seasons. Now, like the third season, I kind of felt like she was sort of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Not I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't really give a fuck about this as much as I want to go do these movies and all of that. So maybe this year helped her. What did you guys think about the first episode? I actually thought it was pretty good. It was good to see them back. It was good to see my hometown, and they showed, Randy's Donuts and Inglewood and drove through. I mean, we saw all of that. So that was a nice feeling. I'm just going to have to wait and see how the episodes progress. But I honestly feel like this is not Issa's main focal point any longer. She has her hand in a lot of pots. And that's not bad because, I'm sure that's what she wanted. She wanted to build her resume and, get her empire going and all of that. We'll just have to see. But it was good to see everybody back on this first episode. So we'll get to it. How about that? Let's get to the review, shall we? All right, you guys. So the show opens and it looks like it's in the future. We don't realize that right away, but then we do realize it when we see that she's on the phone and she's just sort of like, I don't fuck with Molly no more. Whoever she's talking to on the phone, she's telling them that. At the same time, she's watching, some bullshit on the TV. I think it was Looking for LaToya. Okay. One of those inside report type shows, where they're trying to crack the case on, I guess, LaToya missing. She was supposed to be going to Red Lobster, you guys. Anyway, so I'm guessing that we're winding back a little bit so that we can find out why Issa doesn't fuck with Molly anymore. If you ask me, she should have been stopped fucking with Molly. Molly is not the best type of friend. But, she always comes around. She always seems to forgive Molly. And we all have a Molly in our lives, don't we? Or we have had one in the past. So we see Molly. Hey, it's good to see Molly too. Molly is at Issa's for Self-Care Sunday. Issa looks like she's pretty settled in her new place in Inglewood. Remember, she moved into the place. She's going to be the manager so that she can get free rent. She's got her stuff all set up there. They're going to have Self-Care Sunday, okay? We're going to do a little yoga. We're going to do a little smoking. Issa's talking to her and telling her how focused she is. She ain't got a job. She ain't got a man. But it seems to have made her be kind of, know exactly, have her eye on the prize and what she wants. And Molly is just like, well, that's good. And she tells her how much work is draining her. So maybe it's good that, Issa's having some good things happen in her life. And if you guys don't remember, Molly is one of those overachievers. And she's not all that well liked at her law firm. Remember that? Okay. So we see Issa and she's got herself all gussied up and we see her meeting with the girl that we knew from the end of last season, Condola. All right. And her and Condola are working together to put this fest. Remember, they want to have that neighborhood festival in Inglewood. Condola is coming in to help Issa with it. And you guys, they get along really well. It's all good. Condola, where Issa lacks certain things, Condola can pick up the pieces, so they work well as a team. And you can see that they might have a cool friendship building here too. Condola also tells her that her boo is going to come to this mixer. They're going to have a mixer where they try to, get vendors and get more support, donations and the such from people to back this neighborhood block party that they're going to have. So, now we know that the boo is Lawrence, but of course Issa doesn't know that right now. So I'm just like, don't, here it comes. And then as far as Molly, we see Molly with her Asian boo. What's his name again? Oh, Andrew. And they're out on a date. bowling. Molly's gonna find a way to fuck this up. I can already tell. You guys know how Molly is, okay? And we remember from last season that Andrew really liked Molly. Molly was the one with the fuck shit. And we already know that Molly is gonna continue to be the one with the fuck shit. But we'll get to that later. Because I want to talk about these sex scenes. Now, child, we done had 3 sex scenes in it. The first of the sex scenes is Issa and Big Boy. All right. Don't really know who this guy is, but he a big old something. Okay. Teddy bear, like not quite fat, but you know, just fluffy enough. And she's not, it kind of reminded me of the scene with and Waiting to Exhale when Leela Rashawn was having sex with old boy, you know, he was just like, grrr, and she was like, grrr. You know, they trying all these positions. Sometimes the shit just works the best in missionary, okay? That's finally when Issa's about to get it going, like, okay. And when they done, you know, he was just like, yeah, that missionary, you know, that do be hitting, right? She's like, well, you know, church is always in session. I was just like, ooh, with these little corny puns. We're able to see just from their little conversation that Issa don't take him seriously. He is really just a fuck. He's cool enough to be around. He's a security guard, looks like somewhere, you know, so he getting dressed and she's already dressed. That'll let you know also you can't even languish in, you know, the post-coitalness of the, you know, the beautiful love making. You bitch, you done already put all your clothes back on. She seems to be happy enough with whatever this arrangement that these two have, okay? And he seems to be cool enough with it too. He's definitely not a boyfriend though. Now later on we see her, she's shopping with Molly, trying to get her clothes for this mixer. Now you know she ain't working. Baby girl is broke, so she is on that on that return type thing where you just wear the clothes, make sure that you don't mess them up, keep the tags on, and then take the shit back. Okay, so she's in a little boutique and the white girl is hip to her, but what can they do? They return policy says, you know, if the tags are attached and everything is in good condition, I guess it can come on back. So she's a little nervous, starts to have a little self-doubt like Issa can, you know, and Molly is telling her like, girl, you got this. Okay, don't even worry about it, because Issa's like, Condola has like big names, Target and Sonos, is that the name of it? You know, Baby Fat, all of these big names, you know, and Issa just got 2 people from the hood that they grew up, you know, one from Popeyes, the other one from, from some other place, you know, coming to the mixer. That's okay. Like I said, where Issa lacks, Condola picks up, and that's a sign of a good team. One person is stronger in certain areas than others. So the self-doubt is there, but Molly was like, girl, you got this, you know, you doing big things, you getting stronger, you know, don't even worry about it. It's gonna work out fine. Molly said that she's gonna bring her Asian boo, Andrew, to the mixer, okay? And she said, oh, and Andrew wanted to know if he should bring Nathan, okay? And Issa said, no, y'all remember Nathan, and the one that was putting Issa through all them damn changes, okay? No Nathan. Later on, we see Issa with Condola, and they're having lunch, doing some more businessing. Issa's all nervous, and Condola was like, girl, don't be nervous, just be yourself. Like, that's the charm in you. That's the thing that people gravitate towards, okay? And that's what people pick up on. Don't worry about the mixer. It's all going to go well. So while they're sitting there talking, Tiffany walks up. I was like, oh, I forgot that Condola was her friend. That's right, the baby shower. And, you know, Issa's like, girl, where you been hiding, Condola? Girl, she wasn't hidden enough, because obviously she done hooked up with Lawrence, unbeknownst to Issa. I mean, not that she would know this anyway. I mean, they ain't friends like that yet. Now, apparently Tiffany knew about Condola and Lawrence at least going on one date, okay, or at least getting each other's contact information. But Tiffany finally lets Issa know that Condola is seeing Lawrence. It immediately gets weird. Now, it didn't have to get weird, but it does. Now, of course, I don't think that Tiffany knew anything that it went any further than them possibly one date or just like contact information. Yeah, it would have been cool if she had told Issa, but she didn't think anything was coming of it. So, you know, that's not a mark off of Tiffany. And side note, I really wonder how Amanda Seals is getting along with the cast there on the show. They seem to be, fine when they're acting anyway. But back to the show. It's immediately uncomfortable, and it will continue to be uncomfortable because Issa is who Issa is, right? So Issa was like, girl, it's okay. Like, it's all right. You got my man. Like, where's your exes so I can be with your ex as well? It's cool. He's dope. You dope. Why else wouldn't you guys get together? So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But, Issa has that that uncanny way of just, it's not okay. And of course, she can't get over it. And then she starts daydreaming, later on about the girl Condola and Lawrence having sex. This is sex scene number 2. Okay. And real graphic. Even though you don't see no parts, you don't see no body parts and everything, but other than asses. But it's just sort of like, but that's how fucking looks. And this is HBO, this after 10 o'clock. So it's like, it ain't like we can't, do these things, but I just be so like, ooh, child. Okay, and they fucking all over Tiffany's house or wherever the shower was, and she's looking at Condola and Lawrence and all that. And it's really giving her problems. I was like, oh, Issa, don't fuck up this relationship. Now, it could be a possible friend, but, even more important, a business relationship that you really need. So just chill out, Issa, is what I'm thinking to myself. So now that she's made it uncomfortable, the girl is uncomfortable. So she goes over to Lawrence's house, and Lawrence is looking for LaToya. All right. And LaToya is Portia. I said, look at Portia up there trying to get her acting chops on. Okay. Shout out to Portia and Ray J, who was the people on the Looking for LaToya special. When Condola gets there, he's thinking that we about to have a good time, wine, drinks, who knows what it'll lead to. Well, when Condola gets there, she was like, remember the girl that I told you I was working with for the neighborhood block party? Okay, that's Issa. All right. And he's just like, oh shit. And she was like, yeah, oh shit. Like, how long were you guys together? He said 5 years. And she was like, 5 years? Now that's substantial. Okay. That's a real, almost like a marriage, right? Okay. 2 more years and California would have considered them married. So she was like, yeah, I don't know. And then she was like, now how is it that me and her are friends? I mean, how coincidental is this? Like, the bitch ain't crazy, is she? And he was like, no, she's not that type of crazy. He don't see her trying to befriend her. This is truly just a coincidence. So she was like, so should I stop working with her? And he was like, no, don't bail on her. I was like, what? I'm trying to think of, because I know today I wouldn't feel like I need to stop working with somebody. But back when I was younger, I'm trying to think, maybe would I have felt differently? Because today it would have just been like, okay, well, that's y'all thing. And, maybe it will be awkward to see them together at first, but I was like, no, why would you stop working with her? This is a perfectly fine business arrangement, So he was like, no, don't bail on her like that, and let's just have some wine. And she was like, you know what, can we do a rain check on that? Because she just can't really get her head around this just yet. I said, oh. But I really think that Condola is going to end up being one of Issa's good friends. The day of the mixer, at least I'm assuming this is the day of the mixer when I'm watching it. I was like, are they going to have it at Issa's place? I said, girl, with all those crazy neighbors that she has, her ghetto one upstairs. I was like, how is this going to work out? But in the inside of her apartment building, she's going to have the mixer in there. So she's trying to get it set up in there. Condola comes by, tells her that Lawrence isn't coming to the party. Well, yeah, maybe that good. Maybe he don't need to come to the mixer. Okay. And I'm hoping that this will relieve some of the awkwardness between the two of them now, even though it doesn't look like it is. But I was like, child, that's at least her worries. If she got that old ghetto ass neighbor, she got her eye on her brother and everything. Like, how's this going to work out? Okay. Well, the mixer is on. And that evening, it's all done up. They've got the lights. They've got it all set up real nice in there. The DJ, we got people coming. It's going to be good. They got Kelly working the bar. And you guys know how Kelly is. She over there pouring the drinks all heavy-handed. Issa went up to her and was like, girl, you're going to have to slow up on all this alcohol. Okay, this shit got to last all night. Kelly don't give a damn. She over there flirting with people, asking Issa if she ought to fuck with this one or that one. And then Issa was like, girl, how would you just hypothetically speaking, how would you feel if, you was really feeling a girl, you was really feeling this girl and you guys was friends and then you found out that she was dating your ex? And Kelly was like, yeah, that happened to me once. Old girl is in jail now. We don't even need to know that story, okay? But she's still good friends with the girl to this day. But Kelly was just like, yeah, she don't really recommend anything like that. Now, the awkwardness with Issa, it begins. I'm like, oh, Issa, you about to be in your own way, girl. She and Condola cannot seem to get it together. All right. They got one of their big vendors or big donors is there. Paula Jai, isn't that her name? Paula Jai Parker or something like that. The one that has got like 50 teeth. She's the big donor. Her name is Cheryl. Cheryl is no nonsense. I mean, she wants to make this happen. You know, she's impressed with Condola and Issa. You know, they seem to work well together, even though they ain't really working too well today. You know, real clumsy and tripping all over each other and all of this. Cheryl was like, so tell me about, you know, what we're doing here. What's up with this block party? You're not Nigerian, are you? Because I can't do another scam. You know, Condola was like, well, she really is Nigerian. She was like, yeah, Nigerian American. I was like, is she? I had no idea that Issa was Nigerian. Isn't that something? Or did I misunderstand that? But yeah, it's weird. Suffice it to say. Condola can tell that it's weird, so she's trying to take Cheryl away from Issa so that you know, their biggest potential donor there that night, you know, don't get turned off from her. So she takes her away to work the room, and Tiffany is standing there with her, and Tiffany was like, look, I didn't know about Lawrence, and Issa don't want to talk about it, not tonight. So she tries to go and work the room, and she's just putting her foot in her mouth left and right, okay? Everybody that she talks to, everybody's just sort of like, what? Just like, girl, you messing this up. You messing this up. Now, Molly shows up with her boo. Now, earlier we saw that Molly found out that Andrew actually is seeing other people. All right. Now, if you guys remember last season, Andrew was really feeling Molly. Molly was curving him. So, like most men will do, yeah, he like you. Okay. So he gonna keep you on the rotation and everything. And you might come before a lot of other women. But if you're not really showing that type of interest in me, then I'm gonna keep my options open. So she found out that he was still seeing other people when she wasn't. That was her perfect opportunity, you know, to say like, no, I was really feeling you. You know, maybe I didn't make myself clear. You know, I would like for us to just see each other. She didn't say that, of course. So she's all weird. And I know that Andrew realized that she was, but he was just going to let her do her thing. Like whatever she says, I think he would have been open to her admitting that she wanted to see just him and, you know, them to be exclusive, but she wasn't saying nothing, so neither was he. So when they get to the mixer, it's a little strange. So she tells him when they get inside, when they get past the security, who is Issa's fuck partner, he's out there in the front, you know, just doing the most. But she tells him she's gonna go help Issa so he can go off and do whatever the hell he gonna do. All right, so Issa's relieved when she see her. Can you go around here and talk to the white people and make them laugh and loosen up their pockets some? And then this is when Molly becomes Molly, you know, and you know, usually Molly is one of those friends that when shit is going good for her, then she is all good for you too. Okay, in your corner, supportive best friend, all of that. When shit is fucked up for her, then she's kind of like tries to fuck it up for you as well so that you guys can both be on the fuck up team. Okay, not quite a hater friend, but just kind of a misery loves company, so I'm gonna make you be my company in this misery type friend. So now all of a sudden we at this thing, you know, it's a big deal for Issa. She was already feeling self-conscious and all, and now Molly want to tell her that Andrew is seeing other people. Should I be tripping? And Molly and Issa was like, no, you need to talk to him. Okay, but this is already the beginning signs that Molly is about to try to make this night be about her. Fuck up another big night for Issa, just like she did, remember, a couple of seasons ago at that party that she had when Lawrence was there. And Issa's side man showed up and all of that. Okay, so you can kind of see how this might be a repeat. But Issa has other things that she has to tend to. This is her party, and she hears everybody pop your pussy like this. Y'all know what that's the beginning of. She runs over there real fast because she got all these people there. I mean, Cheryl is the Christian, right? So she runs over there like, what the fuck? Change this playlist. He was like, somebody, requested. She was like, you're not a real fucking DJ. Take this off. Okay, and it's her ghetto ass neighbor. You know, anybody that's looking for a real party, you know, the party is at my place. And Issa was like, takes the mic. No, the party is not at her place. You're not allowed to have no parties. And she was like, oh, so you are though, huh? You know, so she got her ghetto ass neighbor there. Issa already kind of fucked it up. Her and Condola ain't really on the same page. Like it's messing up. All right. So then finally, Issa looks like she kind of taps into herself and remembers what she is strong and good at. So she gets on the mic and she's just really real about why she wants to have this neighborhood party. The things that people like about her comes out on the microphone. She's, you know, from the neighborhood. You know, there's a lot of dope people that live in the neighborhood who just don't get the opportunity. You know, why should people be traveling all the way to Culver City and Century City and to the Valley and to all these other places to see the entertainment when it's right in their backyard? Okay, so she really wants people to, you know, support and all of this because they can do it there. So what she said, her speech really connected with the people, and even Condola was happy, you know, that Issa found her footing and everything was back on track, right? Even her security guard boyfriend was like, this party is lit. It's off the hook. Everything is back. Everything is good. Looking like people are going to be supportive. Even Cheryl, the big donor that they were looking forward to her support, she writes Issa a check. Okay. So it's good. It's all good. Tiffany and Kelly, they proud of her. They didn't even know she had it in her to do something like this. Kelly called her a Simone Biles, just a little clumsy, but you know, good for you. So everybody is feeling Issa. Issa is on a high. It's all good, right? Here go Molly. So Andrew was like, okay, you ready to go? And she said, I think I'm gonna hang back and kind of help Issa, you know, clean up around here and everything. You know, you can go on and go though. And he was like, oh, really? And she was like, yeah, like, you know, see you later kind of thing. So he left. So it's been a good night. We on a high. Everything got off track a little bit, but we right back on track. And then here come Debbie Downer, known as Molly. Molly gets to talking about Andrew is seeing other people. Issa tells her, you was really feeling him like that. You should talk. You know, you should just tell him. I mean, there's no reason for you not to. You know, Molly then tells her, you know, what's going on with you and Condola? You know, her and Lawrence are seeing each other. Like, you okay with that? I was like, oh, Molly. Oh, Molly. Why are you putting this doubt in this girl's head? Now, Molly has been friends enough with Issa to know that she has this kind of effect on her. All right. As soon as she says that, then Issa is just sort of like, well, I mean, we work together and we work together well. You know, she's cool. She's dope. I like her. And Issa realizes that she couldn't do this without Condola. Molly was just like, well, you know, you just always got to be in some mess. Okay. You just the messy type friend. And I'm just trying to keep it real with you. Like, I was just like, how is she being messy? Nobody is even talking about Lawrence. Lawrence is not even there. Okay, this is all business. And I was just so pissed that Molly said that, because as soon as she said it, Issa was just sort of like, oh, okay. And now this is going to give something Issa to worry about and fret over, you know, after you done had this really good night, you know, and Molly just doesn't even see what she's just done to Issa. Okay, that fucking Molly, like I said, not quite a hater, but definitely one of those friends that don't always have your back. So I was actually pissed. And then when Issa is like, kind of like, oh, and kind of walks off, then Molly finally does text Andrew and say that she was feeling him and that she wanted to just see him exclusively. That's why she was upset and all of this. Okay. I was just like, oh, Molly, she is one of those friends that are hard to have. Condola seems to be okay with it too. She goes over to Lawrence's house, and this would be sex scene number 3. Honey, they gave it to us in these 47 minutes that this episode was. I said, okay, we're going to see if this continues throughout. I mean, I'm here for it, I guess. But back to Issa. While Condola is fine, Issa's not. And when Issa and Molly are cleaning up, you know, you can tell that Issa's a little irritated with Molly, but also worrying about this relationship with Condola and Lawrence. I was just like, ugh. So we're going to find out this season why Issa don't fuck with Molly no more. All right, rock stars, that is it. Going on to do Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Child, 3 videos in one day. Make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm itsrox. The channel is for itsrox. Everything else I do will be in the bottom bar. All right. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and I plan on doing the same. Till next time, rock stars. Bye.